Today we're finding out whether the food is better on the ground or in the air when flying United Polaris business class from Chicago to Frankfurt, Germany. Before boarding, I visited the United Polaris lounge at Chicago O'Hare. The lounge is an open buffet with hot dishes, salads, snacks, and desserts, but honestly, there weren't many options that appealed to me. Instead, I went straight to the dining room where you can sit down and order from a full menu. I started with the shrimp aguachile, served with cucumber, tomato, and cilantro. I thought this was a very light and refreshing appetizer. Next is a salmon, shrimp, and mussel siapino with lemon basil oil and crostini. This was delicious and came with a generous amount of seafood. The crostini was also the perfect pairing for this. For my main course, I ordered the Polaris signature burger with spiced wedge cut fries. This is a beef short rib burger and it honestly lived up to the hype. The beef was tender, juicy, and practically melted in my mouth. This was easily the best thing I ate in the lounge and something I will definitely order again. For dessert, I had a chocolate torte with raspberry ice cream. This was an okay dessert. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't particularly memorable either. Overall, the lounge food was pretty good and I will definitely dine here again. Unfortunately, I can't say the same about the food once I boarded the plane. The onboard meal started with a nut mix made with pecans, cashews, and almonds. The appetizer included marinated olives, mozzarella balls, feta cheese spread, artisan bread, prosciutto di Parma, and St. Andre cheese. It was served alongside a baby red oak leaf and arugula salad. There was a lot on the tray and everything sounded promising on paper, but nothing particularly stood out. For my entree, I chose the center-cut sirloin. It came with creamy rutabaga gratin, charred broccolini, and a black pepper demi-glace. This was easily the biggest disappointment of the entire flight. It was honestly one of the worst steaks I've ever had, and I immediately regretted not choosing one of the other entrees. Thankfully, the dessert was much better. I chose United's signature sundae cart with Tillamook vanilla bean ice cream, freshly whipped cream, and a variety of toppings. This was the only part of the onboard meal that I genuinely enjoyed. Before arriving in Frankfurt, breakfast was served. I chose the cream cheese scrambled eggs with pork sausage, a roasted potato, roasted tomato, fresh fruit, bread with strawberry jam, and Chobani Greek yogurt. It wasn't as disappointing as the steak, but it also didn't do much to improve my opinion on the onboard food. Overall, the Polaris Lounge definitely carried the food experience. The short rib burger genuinely lived up to the hype and the other lounge dishes were all decent. But once I boarded the plane, the quality dropped significantly. My biggest recommendation is to arrive early and eat as much as you can in the Polaris Lounge before boarding.